What up, guys? The Bench Buddies are back, and today we're kind of switching it up a little bit. We're going to be doing a different video here, as it's going to be our fantasy football league, the No Fun League. All of our people in the league have been looking forward to this video. Well, it's finally here.
Finally here, guys. It's exciting.
Let's just get it started.
Our number 10 team. This is a 10-team league. We got team name 0-0. This is Camden. Starting off 0-5. He's had some tough performances. He got injuries, Saquon being injured all the time, along with Kittle.
Mm-hmm.
But, all right, so let's look at his team right here. And Russell Wilson, obviously. That's a big one. That's bad for him.
Mm-hmm.
But if you look at his team, Kirk Cousins, Devontae Booker, that's a good pickup. James Robinson's having a decent year. Receivers are good. The receivers are pretty good. I think I value Cortland Sutton pretty high. This is a 10-team league, so it's looking pretty stacked for every team, but you can't have Odell in your flex, man. He gets like 0 targets a game.
Look at Kittle. Kittle's hurt. And then he traded Saquon for that Tyler Boyd. Terrible trade, but whatever, man. Who knows?
Yeah.
Saquon could never play this year, so.
Exactly. And injuries have really been hurting him, but 0-5 start, not the best. This is a keeper league, so I'll probably be keeping Kittle, Wilson, and A-Rod, maybe?
Mike Evans, I don't know. Who knows?
Yeah, one of them. Yeah.
But coming in at 9, we got Josh. Pretty solid team if you look at the first 5. And then it kind of goes downhill after that. He does have Cordero Patterson on a bye this week when we're making this video, so he'll have him in the lineup, obviously. But he doesn't know what he's going to get out of Sterling Shepard, Melvin Gordon, and Jalen Waddle. And those are 3 positions that, you need guys that you can depend on just because it's a flex.
Right.
Flexes are boom or bust, but, I'm more of a guy that likes to play it safe and, get guaranteed points rather than a hopeful 20.
Yeah, I agree. And in this league, especially like a 10-team league where the teams, like the other teams are getting stacked, like their flexes are still good. And those are the guys that are scoring points, and it's boom or bust. So he could have it like really good. He's 2-3, which is pretty, like, it's a decent start. But you got to have a little bit more. What's the word? You got to have a little bit more of stability in your flex, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. And then on that, I think for him go through the first 5 is who to put at the flex, because Kenyon Drake's had decent games, but then he has some stinkers, and Eli Mitchell, he had a good game when he started, but then he got hurt, and Ryan on COVID list now. So it's just kind of been who's healthy really for him that he can put in at that flex spot.
Yeah. At 8, we got my team. I'm going to talk about my team. I think this is a very low rating right now. I understand the 1-4 record, and everyone else is doing really good. But if you're looking on the squad, I think I'm going to win some games this year. I got Justin Herbert, Kareem Hunt, Dalvin's been a rough one. Same with AJ Brown.
Mm-hmm.
They really haven't. Those are 2 of my 3 keepers that just didn't really show up for me.
Mm-hmm.
But I like Javonte Williams, and he could be a possible flex guy. Depending on Darrell Williams, Darrell Williams' stock is going to be pretty high, I think, while Hilaire's injured. So I got him in my flex. So I feel like it's a pretty solid squad. It's just that last week I had Herbert, who had like 62 fantasy points, but was going up against JT, Lamar, and the squad. So took an L last week, but it's all right.
Yeah, if you were to see our standings right now, you can't really see here, but Ethan has the 5th most points in the league, but we have divisions in this league, so you play your division guys first. And unfortunately, everyone else in his division has higher points scored.
It's stacked, yeah.
And he also has given up the most points with 809 of people who's played. And the next closest is Camden, who's in last with 797. So, it's just been bad luck for him at the start here. But, still a long way to go, as we got, 10 weeks left, I think. Long season still. But at 7, we got Spencer, Ethan's brother, right?
Yes, sir.
Your brother,
Yep,
little
that's my
brother,
brother.
little bro.
Little brother.
Running backs has been a huge question for him, but he just pulled off the trade to get Saquon. So that'll be a solid number 2 back behind Nick Chubb. He's out this week, unfortunately, but that this team in a weak division could propel easily to first place here. They'll all be fighting it out because they'll be close games, but if I were to put money on it right now, I think this is my favorite right now. Not because I'm a Packers fan, but Dawson Knox has really came out of nowhere. Julio's
Tyler
been
Lockett's
hurt.
a guy. Tyler Lockett's a guy who can get you 40 or 3, just depending on. I feel like this is good. This is a good team for sure.
As long as Saquon and Chubb play every week, and Crowder, who's a target monster, if one of his flexes doesn't do well or has an injury, this team has the potential to make the playoffs. And it's a six people make it, right?
6 people make it. Yeah.
So I would say this team is almost a guarantee to make it, but things happen in fantasy, and next week, 4 of his guys could get hurt. So
right. Next we got my boy Jerrison here. Just came off. He was the team that just beat me with Jonathan Taylor, Tyreek Hill, Lamar. Yeah, his team's stacked. He went with Darren Waller. I think he have the 2nd overall pick or something like that. But he went with Darren Waller, which is a really good pick. Tight ends are very valuable in this league. 2-3 records, decent. But, I mean, he has had some bad luck with Calvin Ridley. And, I mean, he has Deshaun down there just in case he plays. That can be big. But Lamar has helped him out, obviously, a lot. I don't know. I think this is one of the better teams in the league as well. I think that, in our division, he's in our division, correct? Yeah, in our division, it's going to be tough, and he's going to be one of those teams that are in the thick of it in the end of the year. It's going to be pretty exciting to watch.
Coming in at 5th, you got AJ. In our league right now, he's 3-2, but this team, if he was in our division, might be in your standing, like a 1-4. He's got dependability, that's for sure. Like if you look at his flexes, his wide receivers, running backs, like these are some solid players. And then where you get hurt most is the bench. Trevor Lawrence has been not good for the first 5. James Conner, he either gets you 10 or 1. Devonta Smith, Jacoby, like all those guys are all the same. So if a few injuries hit his team, this team could be in question and looking at that waiver wire pretty quick. But something worth noting is today Zach Ertz got traded. So I think that's just another weapon for Kyler that they're going to use. And I think if I was AJ here, I'd be pretty happy about him going to Arizona.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No doubt about it. Especially, I mean, he has a lot of depth, and I 100% agree with you, but he's got the quarterback, the wide receiver, that if they go off, it's not really going to matter how these flex guys do, because that's 14 points for 1 touchdown, basically, But I mean, I'm playing him this week, and he had Ertz and Leonard Fournette and the Bucs defense. Oh, and the kicker, and he's beating me by like 60 points right now. So
not looking good.
Not looking good for me either. Next, we got my dad's team. He's in 4th place. 2-3 records, kind of misleading, because if you look at it, it's pretty stacked. If McCaffrey's playing, his running backs would be McCaffrey and probably Zach Moss, I'd say. And then receivers are just stacked. You got DK, Justin Jefferson, and those are guys that are going to be in the league for a long time. So theoretically, if he wanted to, which he's obviously going to keep McCaffrey, he could keep Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase, and DK Metcalf, which are 3 young receivers. He won't do that, but it's just a cool thing. He's got a lot of young talent on this team. Kadarius Toney's a good flex pick. He's been a solid receiver this year for the Giants, especially because probably Galladay has taken up all the number 1 corners. But when McCaffrey comes back, I'm thinking he's going to be right in the thick of it. 2-3 start is not a great start, but got a really good team.
Coming in at 3rd, you got Brandon, who's the leader of the other division, the not good division. Carson Wentz is a QB. I don't know. Like, it may get him so far right now, but towards the end of the year, he might need to be looking for another option. Mixon and Eckler right now are looking like league winners. Stephon Diggs, Scary Terry, same thing. Antonio Brown looks like 2014 Antonio Brown.
Jeez, man. Yeah, he is.
Myles Gaskin had a great week last week. So I think if he can find a top 10, maybe even 5 quarterback, like this team would vault to at least second for sure. Just because, having a good quarterback already starts your team going so far. And then with all these skill players, he might have to give up 1 or 2 to get a really good quarterback. But I think in the end, it would be worth it.
I agree.
Just so you have stability. Because with that Indy offense, they're not really too
you can't rely on
consistent.
Carson Wentz.
So he could get you 30 or he could get you 10. And, that's
or he can get you -2.
Quarterback. Right. But second, we got my team here. My keepers were Mahomes, Aaron Jones, and then Kamara on the bench. But he has a bye this week. That's why he's not in. So I was really high on Keenan Allen this year. He's still getting lots of targets, but the production really isn't there. Cooper Kupp, pretty much fantasy winner right now through the first 5 weeks, league winner. And then I took his co-partner, Robert Woods, because I just think Matthew Stafford had a great year, and that's why I also drafted Stafford. But an interesting thing is someone drafted Tom Brady in the league, so immediately I scooped him up. And right now I'm just going to keep using all 3 of these quarterbacks as trade bait. I will be not trading Mahomes, but Brady and Stafford are up there. Send some offers, that's for sure.
So B Corb, he's got 3 quarterbacks on his roster. Just letting him know, it's both of those guys are.
Camden, I know you need a QB.
Yep.
With Kirk Cousins at the helm, I don't know if that's going to get it done for you. But another thing on my team is Kenneth Gainwell. Last night he got me a 0.6 for a catch in 1 yard. That's all he did last night. So that was pretty devastating. But the only guys that aren't on a bye this week that I could have put in were Jeremy McNichols for Tennessee, and he's questionable, so there's no point in risking it there. I'd rather take the 0.6 than 0, but unfortunate. And Ethan, we go to the number 1 team in the league, and it
is Tyler. He switches his name every week to whoever he's playing is trash. Pretty cool. He's 4-1. Not the greatest QB play. He's got Jalen Hurts. Maybe he could be looking for a move for Tom Brady or Matthew Stafford as well. But his running backs have been carrying him this year. A big trade from B Corb, which kind of messed with B Corb because he traded away Derrick Henry for some reason. I don't know why you would do that, but so he got Derrick Henry, who gets him about 50 a game. So he's really carried by his running backs. Godwin, the receivers are kind of like really iffy other than Mike Williams.
Mm-hmm.
He's got guys that have like high upside, but none of them have done anything yet this year. And then Mark Andrews, he went off last week. That's a really good tight end, top 3 tight end probably.
Mm-hmm.
Michael Pittman, high upside guy, just like I said. Mike Williams is a league winner right now. Averaging, he was the Devontae Adams of Devontae Adams last year. That's probably going to be him this year. Khalil Herbert, he could be really good. He looked good last week, especially with David Montgomery out. You never know. Miles Sanders, really good running back, but he never gets the ball.
So far,
he never gets the ball.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Cole Beasley, I don't know if he's going to do much this year. He might be a drop kind of guy. But yeah, the rest of the roster, Darnell Mooney, Curtis Samuel, Tyler Higbee. Number 1 team in the other division, starting off 4-1. So a good start. And if you guys want to see us do more power rankings, just like this, we can maybe do them every week if you guys would really enjoy that.
Yeah, if you guys want to see our 32-team league, we could always do power rankings for that. And that'd be pretty difficult in a long video, but we're here for it. We'll take all ideas.
Yeah, so if you guys enjoyed the video, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, the Bench Buddies are out. Peace.
She never called back.